Bro, this morning stuff, they need to quit it. None of them really liked Christopher anyway. Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Inhumane, and today I wanted to make a video with my current household. I am live on Twitch about 3 times a week, and oftentimes I do stream this current household family. They started off with an intention to start Not So Berry because I've never played Not So Berry before, but I also have never finished a lepacy challenge after many tries, and so I thought this could be the perfect opportunity to combine both. So, with Not So Berry rules and adding an expansion pack each generation, we have the base game, World Adventures as Generation 2, and Ambitions finally for our little ones who are in Generation 3. A little backstory is I like to create stories. I am not the best storyteller, but that is my main focus on the game, so therefore my Sims are usually pretty mediocre, and my houses are also as well. But because I want to focus on the storyline, instead of making my Sims blue and red and all those colors, I just made some of their favorite objects those colors, so their cars, their bedroom wallpaper, and their comforter set, and things of that nature. So it's mostly just a regular old family who kind of follows those rules of Not So Berry. But because I like to create stories, I kind of changed and shifted a little bit of things. So starting with our founder, Charlotte Ashley, she's currently an elder, and we love her so much, and all she wants is grandkids, which is just so adorable. She has 3 right now, and she wants 5, and all she wanted was for her 2 boys to get married and have kids. So I just think that is such an adorable little aspect of her, considering she's not family oriented as a trait. She just really loves her family. So Charlotte Ashley moved to Sunset Valley pregnant with her first child, Dylan. Upon arriving in Sunset Valley, she was greeted with the wonderful hospitality of her new neighbors. With big dreams of climbing up the science career and mastering handiness, gardening, and fishing skills, she ended up having a one-night stand that ended in an unexpected pregnancy where she had her second son, Vaughn. Knowing that she could not handle the stress of working and raising 2 very young boys, she invited her friend Christopher Steele to come live with her and help out around the house. After many years together, they never got married, but eventually made it official during their elderly years. So, he is her longtime boyfriend. Her traits are lucky, vegetarian, angler, green thumb, and genius. I will show her skills a little bit later, but she did complete her lifetime wish to become a creature robot crossbreeder, which is really exciting. And this is her longtime boyfriend, who did pass away just by old age very recently, and he did not complete his lifetime wish, unfortunately. He spent most of his adult life as an unemployed bachelor. Little did he know he would end up moving in with his romantic interest, Charlotte Ashley, and spending the rest of his life with her and helping her raise her 2 boys. Although he ended up never proposing to Charlotte, he truly believes Charlotte is his lifelong partner who he became eternally faithful to, even though he was actively cheating on her during the first few years together. Charlotte is the reason he finally got off the couch and applied to join the military. After a short and impactful career, Christopher spent the remainder of his geriatric life serving his country. He was a natural cook, friendly, great kisser, daredevil, and angler, and he wanted to have the perfect aquarium, and he never quite got there because he spent most of the time at home with the boys or just like at home playing video games, so kind of hard to go out fishing when that's all you do. Next up, we have Charlotte's 2 boys. This is Dylan and this is Vaughn. Neither of them have any stories right now because they don't really get a backstory if all they did was live under Charlotte's supervision. But their significant others do. So Dylan is married to Jake Keaton, as a lot of you guys probably know from Sunset Valley. Jake Keaton always inspired to be a writer. From a young age, his mother Justine always instilled in him a strong work ethic, as she was a memorable traffic cop for Sunset Valley. At times, he struggled with pleasing his father's wishes of him also joining the police force like his mother, but Jake knew in his heart that writing was his true passion. He still thinks about what it would be like to put on that uniform. When Jake was a young boy, he met his best friend and love of his life, Dylan Ashley. Dylan, although hot-headed and mean at times, showed Jake what true love meant, standing by someone's side through thick and thin. When Jake came out to his parents about his love for Dylan, he was met with harsh criticism from his father, which he expected, but his mother Justine, who was his best friend, suddenly ghosted him. Jake felt lost and alone, and it was hard being around Dylan, knowing what close family dynamic the Ashleys have. Jake and Dylan moved to the starter home across the street from Dylan's family, and Jake was quickly thrown into the Ashley chaos. After many years of bickering, Jake and Dylan finally decided to tie the knot and make it official. Now they enjoy their peaceful adult lives as the Ashley Keatons, while Jake stays at home with Dylan's nephew and wonders if the next stage in their lives will bring kids. He is a technophobe, clumsy, natural cook, artistic, heavy sleeper, and his aspiration is to be a professional author, which he did complete. Yeah, we have Vaughn, and he is married to Deanna, and we have a backstory for her though. Deanna relocated to Sunset Valley after university with her best friend Daniel Kim and now ex Nate Tomlin. With big dreams of climbing the science career, she felt like the world was her oyster. One day when out with her friend Danielle at Central Park, she ran into Vaughn Ashley, who challenged her to a chess match. Vaughn is easily one of the smartest men she has ever met, even though he chooses to use those brains for criminal work instead of science and other good change. Although they are very different, Vaughn truly swept Deanna off of her feet, and they quickly had their first child together, Silas. Although Vaughn is trying to do right by Deanna, their current situation with living with his parents just isn't ideal for Deanna. She also wants a full commitment for Vaughn now they have a child together. So they spent a lot of their adult life just romantic interests, even though they had a full kid together. So that was a whole thing. But now, Vaughn eventually tied the knot, but shortly after, the two welcomed a pair of twins. The unexpected turn of events led Vaughn's older brother and husband to move back into the family, making the home even more cramped for everyone involved. I should say involved. With a new life ahead, Deanna struggles with the idea of going back to work with a household of babies and is trying to find her place in the Ashley household. She also has that become a creature robot crossbreeder, and then flirty, vehicle enthusiast, clumsy, green thumb, and schmoozer. So they have 3 kids together. They have Silas, River, and Avery. I was not expecting River. She is our miracle baby. So River and Avery are twins. Deanna had a full ultrasound during her pregnancy and was told she was going to have a baby boy, so I fully expected Avery, even though I changed his name several times after birth. So was I really expecting him? I don't know. His name got changed a few times, even though he was fully expected, and then River popped out and I was like, wow, twins, with no cheats or anything. That was really insane. So now we're going to jump into our game. Alrighty, we are in, and unfortunately things are a little bit chaotic in this household. So jumping over to our lovely girl Charlotte Ashley, she is nearing the end of her life. She is 94 days old. She currently has the death flower, so I think that's going to help her stay alive a little bit longer. I really just want her to complete the not so barely rules, which means she needs to master gardening, handiness, and fishing, and she is not quite done with fishing, but she's got the other 2. As I said before, she wants to be a grandparent. She has 3 grandkids, and her wishes right now is to become another grandparent, have 5, etc., etc., and then also master that fishing skill. So she knows what's expected of her to finish my challenge. And so she's currently at the graveyard fishing. Oh, it's such a beautiful scenery right now. And this is her, my Charlotte Ashley. She's just the cutest little girl. And I am going to shed actual tears. Sorry, I hate the phone noise, but I'm gonna shed actual tears when she passes away. But this is Charlotte Ashley, my queen. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that picture. I realized that I shouldn't have done that, but you know, it happens. So now we're gonna move on to her firstborn son, which is Dylan. He is in that political career, leader of the free world. He hasn't quite followed the not so berry rules. He has all the traits, but they didn't have a kid together, mostly because he is so focused on his career and he kind of dislikes children, but he spends so much time with his niece and nephews that I think it's rubbing off on him. But his husband really wants kids, and so he's level 7 charisma, nothing really else exciting, but he is level 8 political, so he will be hitting that lifetime wish pretty soon. Sorry that this game is just gonna need to load a little bit. It's been on and running the entire time this video has been going, but sometimes it just needs to render. This is his husband, Jake Keaton. As you might know, the Keatons, we have Justine and Marty, who have since passed away. Jake was really close to Justine, and then he could not get a hold of her when he moved out, and so that was really sad for him because that was his best friend. But she has passed away, and they, you know, they do their thing. But I think Jake is just such a charming man, and he has completed his lifetime wish. But look, he wants to have his first child. Oh my gosh, you cannot make this stuff up. Guys, my favorite part about playing The Sims is the storylines write themselves. I do not tell him that he should want kids, and that is a big part of his storyline, is that he is starting to want kids even though his husband hates kids. This is Deanna. My queen was generated probably by another sim that I already had in my bin, but I literally didn't edit like anything about her except for I gave her new hair and some new eyebrows, and booyah, she was made. Like, I didn't really do much about her, and she is just one of the cutest random sims to pop up in town. Her husband Vaughn is over here. He's a charmer. Like, look at his eyes. He is an absolute stunning man, and he has always been kind of buff for no reason, and I think he's kleptomatic and a genius, so he just kind of went for the criminal career. But he does want to become a chess legend, and he's level what? Ooh, I was gonna say 7, and then this said 4, and I got confused, but he's level 7. And so Vaughn and Deanna do have 3 kids. They have Silas, who's over here. It is his birthday today, actually, so he's gonna be age up to a child. Silas and River have their grandmother Charlotte's hair, which I think is adorable. So if you notice, Vaughn from birth has had this nice little brown hair, and Deanna has black hair, but they have, whose white baby is this? They have Silas and River, who have the genes of their grandma, and I just think that is so cute. But isn't River this the cutest little girl? She was a surprise. She was our miracle baby. We had no idea she was gonna pop out. And then her twin brother Avery is asleep up here. Nothing too exciting about Avery. He's kind of got his dad's hair a little bit. It's darker, but it's still not quite as dark as either of them, so I thought that was kind of fun. I'll give you a quick tour of the house. Like I said, I am not a builder by trade, and so if you guys were wondering about that part of the story where it talks about Jake and Dylan living across the street, we actually own this home over here, and for a while I was just having everyone stay in my household, but having Jake and Dylan just sleep and eat and everything across the street, and it was kind of working, but it kind of made my game run very slow, and I hated it. But it was a really cool concept. I really liked the idea that I could still control them even though they lived in a completely different lot, and it was time for them to move out, but it's also time for them to move in, because when I tell you, my mouth dropped all the way open when I found out that they were having my mouth dropped all the way open when I found out that they were having twins. Like, I went and I picked the baby name, and I was like, cool, and all is well, and I picked the baby name, and then they were like, congratulations, you're having a girl, and I said, what? And so Avery was originally Atlas, because I like that name, but then it was going to be Silas and Atlas, and it was just going to be the cute little brothers. But then when River got in the picture, I was like, we don't want to have Silas, Atlas, and River, but then we also don't want to have River also have a like less name. Like, that just feels a little extra. So they all just have their own name now. So that's part of the reason why their names all got changed. This household started off, I'm not going to really do a house tour because I promise you it's ugly in here. It started off just one floor. This is Charlotte's main bedroom. That's why it's got that blue. This is her car. And then this room and this room used to be a little bit smaller, and it was the rooms that Vaughn and Dylan grew up in. This is Vaughn's car. But now this is one of their rooms. It was originally Silas's room, but I don't think he's going to be staying here much longer, especially now that he is a child today. And yeah, just the living room. And then I wanted to move Jake and Dylan back in. The storyline is because the twins were kind of unexpected, and now we just suddenly have 3 toddlers in the house, and it's just really insane, and we kind of need that support, especially since Christopher did die recently. That's why everyone's heartbroken and mourning. And then Charlie's just getting a little bit too old. She loves the grandkids, but she is too old to be helping Vaughn and Deanna raise these 3 toddlers. So storyline is that is why they moved back, but for between you and I, it is because of the lag of rendering this home and the home across the street. Even though the home across the street was literally so tiny and had very few things in it, it was destroying me. So upstairs is not finished because I just built it very recently, just to give myself and my computer a little bit of breathing room, guys, let me tell you. All right, to wrap things up, I will be showing you guys oh nice, $4,000 in royalties. Good job, my king. To wrap things up, I will be showing you guys Silas aging up. So we will get Jake, who is our resident cake decorator. We'll be getting Jake to make a cake, but Dylan does need to affectionately move. Bro, this morning stuff, they need to quit it. None of them really liked Christopher anyway. I guarantee you none of you guys actually liked Christopher that much. Like, chill out. The only person who should be actually heartbroken is Charlotte. On the real. Alright, and so now, Jake actually didn't finish baking the cake because they're all so freaking miserable about the whole thing. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Our Silas, he's gonna be a heartbreaker.
Oh, Chobi Chobi. Oh, Avizubo.
He's gonna be an absolute heartbreaker. Oh, he tried. Alright guys, and with that, I'm going to be wrapping up this episode. Let me see what he should be. Ambitious, brave, can't stand heart. Can't stand art. He's already okay. We've got to change that, but we'll make him ambitious. And that's Silas, cross-eyed and all. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked this video, please give it a like and let me know in the comments what kind of Sims content would you like to see. I'm a big Sims 3 girl. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.